Hey gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So I'm still recovering from this virus flu that's been affecting everybody over Christmas. So you have to excuse my bunged up sound still. I'm hoping it will be gone very, very soon. But that is not the point of this video. So with New Year and obviously it being 2023, I thought this was the perfect time to do a updated money New Year video where I can give you some great top tips and tools on how to feel positively wealthy this new year and invite money in and have a great money mindset and relationship moving forward to that 2023. So what are the best top tips and tools I can give you to kickstart your year and step into financial abundance in 2023? So if you didn't know, I've written 2 money books over my years. I was known here in the UK as Coupon Queen. So I went on This Morning with Holly and Phil, teaching money saving and couponing, and I had an incredible, amazing business that had over 500,000 followers here in the UK, helping people to save money, coupon, and find discounts and freebies. So money has followed me a lot in my life. Before I became self-employed, I was also a banking manager. So money has literally followed me and been such a big theme in my life. Hence why I've written these books, and hence why I love working with money manifestation as well. So if you have read Positively Wealthy, this is the 33-day guide to manifesting sustainable wealth and abundance in all areas of your life. So this book primarily focuses on all areas of your life. Yes, there's a wealth and abundance aspect to it where you identify your version of wealth. Of course, there is money challenges and money mindset in here. But the Positively Wealthy journal, its sister, that came out in 2020, is your ultimate money guide. This is a full-blown money journal. It's about £10 on Amazon reduced. The RRP is $14.99, but it is definitely always reduced on Amazon, which is always a great bonus, about £10. So a great affordable journal, and it has over 180 pages. It's spiral bound, and it is going to be your money best friend this year. So within here, there's over 40 money practices. And it's designed to be used over 12 months as well. So it's not just something to use for a month or 3 months. It is designed to help you achieve your money goals over a year. So there are so many fantastic practices that I'm going to run through a few of them with you today, and some other tips and tools as well of how you can supercharge your money manifestations this year. But I thought I would share those with you so you know there's extra tools and resources and practical things that you can also have support you throughout the year with your money mindset. But if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach and 2 times best-selling author, law of attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Spiritual Queen's Badass Podcast. And here on my channel, I cover all things law of attraction, manifestation, spirituality, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to enjoy this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 8 years. So then let's get into the nitty gritty, the good stuff. So after Christmas, and I always remember this from my couponing and money saving business as well, nobody seems to have any money. Obviously, people are watching their pennies a little bit more, and they're focusing on how they can manifest and create more money and be better with their finances going into January. Maybe there's some credit card bills to clear. Maybe you have had to put some things on finance for Christmas, or you've just felt maybe you spent a little bit too much over Christmas. So, and also people's paydays are extreme, they're stretched over, is it 5 weeks, I think, sometimes. So again, paydays are stretched. It feels like a million years until the end of January payday. So there's more things to consider definitely in January when it comes to money. So no matter what your situation, no matter what you're feeling, maybe you've just come to this video and you're like, I just want to manifest some extra money, but I actually feel really good this January. Maybe you're like, I want to be better with my money, Emma, and I want to manifest more money. Or maybe you're like, I'm just here to see what I can manifest. Maybe you've got some debts you want to clear. Maybe you just want to transform your relationship. There'll be so many different people showing up to this video with different money beliefs, different wants, and different desires, and that is all okay. So the first thing I want you to do is get clear on your finances. How on earth can you manifest more money if you don't know how much money you have? This was a huge block for me when I had my £7,000 worth of debt, thanks to a not so great ex-boyfriend 7 years ago. I was literally like, one, how am I going to clear this debt at 20? I then had to leave my banking role as a banking manager and go part-time because I had depression at the time and anxiety, and my health was massively taking over. So it was a really stressful time for me, and so young as well. So I then found the law of attraction, obviously in 2016, and was manifesting money and career success and, happiness and healing that depression, so many fantastic things. And the one thing that wasn't clearing was my debt. I was obviously paying off the debt collector's payment each month. So obviously I was paying the minimum, but I literally was paying the minimum because for so long that is all I could afford. So obviously when I started having a really successful business, I was paying a little bit more off, but I really just kind of kept that ticking over. It wasn't a priority to me. So I was trying to manifest being debt-free, and I kept saying, I want to manifest being debt-free. And that was the mantra, that was the intention, that was what I said to the universe. So 6 months later, so many mind-blowing things are manifesting, and I am manifesting money, but that debt is still there. And I realized, and I was like, you don't even know how much that debt is now. Like, you've paid off a little bit, obviously, but you don't even know how much you need to pay off to even be debt-free. So if you don't know what debt-free means, how on earth can the universe know what debt-free means and how much money that looks like? So I bit the bullet and I had a sit down with myself and I looked at my whole financial picture. I looked at what money I did have, what money I had in the business account. I looked at obviously the debt collector's website to log in and check how much I owed. And it was a little bit higher than what I thought it was. And it is in the Positively Wealthy journal as well. People are actually pleasantly surprised and they actually realize they owe less. For me, that wasn't the case. It wasn't like eye-wateringly higher than what I thought it was, but I was a little bit like, oh, I actually thought I'd cleared a little bit more than that. But although I had that realization, it wasn't a negative. It was actually really motivating for me, if anything, because I thought, well, now I know how much debt-free means, and that's not a bad thing. I will just manifest this money. So I had the figure at that point. So I wrote the figure down that that's what I wanted to manifest, so I could clear those debts. And within 5 days, so bearing in mind, I've been manifesting that for 6 months. Within 5 days of having that awareness, £11,000 came to me from a new source. I knew nothing about it. It was a new proposition through the business, no prior communication. Like, that's not a regular income for me. Like that kind of way I earned the money. So there was no indication that that money was going to come. And within 5 days, it came. And I was like, oh my God, not only have I manifested the money to clear the debt, but also I've manifested the money that I was manifesting on the side to invest in the business to enhance it. So I manifested like a double manifestation of money, which covered both, by simply having the awareness of my finances. Now, I get it. Sometimes, especially after Christmas, it can feel like a head in the sand kind of moment where you don't really want to look at your finances. It's a little bit like, I know I've spent some stuff, but can I avoid that a little bit more? Do I have to look at that? Yes, you do. When you bite the bullet and when you look and have full awareness and clarity over your situation, you have a place to move forwards from. Clarity and awareness is what creates clarity and abundance with the universe. Remember, you are showing up to the energetic mirror of life. So if you're showing up with confusion, if you're showing up with a lack of clarity, guess what's being reflected back to you? And like I said, 9 times out of 10, people will actually be pleasantly surprised with they actually owe less than what they thought they were. So this is the same when people do money manifestation in general. They will go out and spend money and be like, I'm manifesting more money by spending money. And then when they look at their bank accounts, they feel negative and they feel like this sense of, oh, now it's less, now I spent this, because they're not mindfully spending. They are mindlessly spending. So mindful spending is a practice in here as well, the Positively Wealthy Journal. So get clear on your finances. You will not regret this. And having a sense of peace wash over you and awareness will be such a relief to maybe some of the anxiety you have been feeling around your finances over the last few months, or maybe even longer than that. My next tip is to set a monthly money goal. So I have these in the Positively Wealthy journal. They're also a resource with the Positively Wealthy book for free, and I will link it below as well. But fill out a Positively Wealthy check every single month. You could do this on the first of the month. I tend to do it on the first because I feel like it's a nice reset energy at the beginning of the month. But you could do this on a new moon. So obviously if you do your new moon manifestations, then feel free to do it on there, or you could do it at the first of the month, whatever feels good to you. New moons are great for manifesting. I've done some videos on them and how you can work with the moon to manifest abundance into your life. So new moon or the first is great. So just fill in your check with what you would like to manifest each month. There are instructions as well on how to use the check in the downloadables and in the journal too. So I want you to set an intention every single month of what money you would like to manifest. Now you could include your salary in that total figure, or you could just have like a bonus figure like this on top of it. So like £500 instead of like 2,500, which would include your salary. So it's entirely up to you how you would like to phrase it, what would feel good to you. I always say try both and see what feels better to you. What does your brain automatically believe more? For most people, that's including their salary, but do what feels good at the end of the day. Try both and you'll soon see what works for you. But setting regular intentions, as I say on this channel all the time, is the key here. Because if you want to manifest regular abundance, you have to be setting regular intentions. You can't just have a vision board with like £20,000 on it and then a year later that's still not manifesting. You need to break even that bigger goal down into smaller goals. And this was a really great example I had with one of my clients a few years ago, that she was trying to manifest a larger amount of money, 10K plus, and she was like, it just feels like a lot. So for the sake of maths here, we'll use £6,000 as an example, just for easy maths. So I said, right, okay, so you want to manifest £6,000 for this holiday. Love it. And I was like, when do you need to manifest it by? And she was like, 6 months time. So I said, great. So you've got 6 months to manifest £6,000. So that's £1,000 a month. And I was like, how does it feel to you to manifest £1,000 a month? And she was like, really easy. She was like, oh my God, that takes so much pressure off my shoulders. Like even just by simply reframing that into such a smaller, more tangible money goal each month. So even if you have bigger goals, you can use this method to break it down and take the pressure off yourself and make it instantly more believable to your subconscious, to your money mindset, and the amount hasn't changed. Like you're still aiming for that big goal, you're just making it more achievable each month. Again, so many people will focus on long-term goals, but they're not breaking those goals down into monthly steps or monthly actions or monthly manifestations, which add to that bigger picture. So if you want to regularly manifest, you have to regularly be setting intentions, and that includes money. I also want you to look at your money language as well. So how do you talk about money? What is your relationship like with money? There is an exercise here in the journal that helps you do just that. So there is an exercise in here that obviously gets you to write out your current money language, and then on the back, your new money language. So I really want you to transform your money language, catch yourself out, call yourself out. Now, this is a great exercise because it will really help you to identify how you talk about money and how you feel about money. And a great analogy one of my clients came up with a few years ago was that she wanted to date money. And I was like, okay, like this is interesting. I've not heard this before. Tell me more. And she was like, well, money is like any relationship, you know, any relationship we have to work on, we have to build. You don't just go and meet someone off a dating app and then you're married and you have all the happiness and you know each other inside out and you have a healthy relationship. You have to build that. You have to get to know that person. You have to fall in love with that person. You have to date that person. You have to go steady with that person. And I was like, this is the most sense I've ever heard. Like, you don't even need me anymore. Like, this is the most sense I've heard about money. So I love sharing this because it is so true. We do need to date money. We do need to love money, and money needs to love us too. So see your money relationship like any relationship in your life. Are you building and nurturing it, or are you just expecting it to be a healthy, thriving relationship? Whereas we know if we compared that to a friendship or a relationship, if we just expected all the time and didn't give and didn't nurture and grow that relationship, would it thrive? Would it be healthy? Probably not. So see your money relationship the same way of any relationship. You have to date it, you have to spend time with it, you have to give it love, and work towards having that healthy mindset and relationship together. So identify where you are with your money relationship currently. I also think one of the best ways to manifest money is seeing it as a game. So instead of seeing it as something that you have to manifest or you must manifest, because as we know, that desperation or lack energy is only going to repel abundance away from you. How you show up to the mirror of life and the mirror of the universe is so important. So if you're showing up to the universe with this relaxed, fun energy of like, money is a game to me, like I am so relaxed with this, I know it flows to me, and you've really worked on that money mindset and belief, guess what's going to manifest? When you see money manifestation as a game and as fun and enjoyable, that fun energy creates abundance. We know this with any manifestation, right? Like if you're manifesting love, you're going to want to be having fun, seeing your friends, going out and enjoying life, and before you know it, that person comes into your life. Not because you're sat at home checking your phone or panicking or freaking out or thinking you're going to be alone forever. You are out having fun. You don't care. You are living your life. So this is the same energy that we need to bring to money. And a great analogy that I use all the time is money comes in, money goes out. So a bit like the ocean. When you look at the tide, when the ocean comes in, there is always more water. The tide always comes in again. Yes, it goes out, but we know by science, by nature, by the universe, that hopefully, well, 9 times out of 10, it comes back in, right? Unless there's like a freak thing that happens. But we know that just like the ocean, there is always water. There is always, the tide always comes back in, the waves always hit the shore. It is like nature, right? It is like clockwork. It is a given. So we know that money is the same of like money comes in, money goes out, money comes in, money goes out. So that's one of my favorite phrases and analogies to work with. But see what resonates with you from this video and what you can try. But see money as a game. Have fun with it. Challenge the universe, challenge yourself, and make it a game. And just like in Positively Wealthy, obviously there's a 33-day challenge within this. So that challenge is designed to get you having fun. Is a fun manifesting challenge where we're doing it for fun. Like you're doing it for, you're creating enjoyment, you're creating fun from that. So even something like doing the book challenge is great for money manifestation, and people have manifested so much money from this unintentionally because they are having fun and because they're making it a game and they're seeing it from that fun, a non-attached energy rather than the attached energy of it must happen or I need this. So really look at how you're showing up to the mirror and how you're showing up to money as well. Do you have a want, need, lack attitude, or do you have fun with it? Are you in a healthy relationship with it, and do you see it as a fun game as such that can, really help you manifest even more abundance and joy into your life? Money affirmations are also fantastic to work with. I do, ironically again, because these are all my tips, have a affirmation jar in the Positively Wealthy journal. So affirmations are great to work with money. Obviously, this is designed for you to write all your money or manifestation affirmations in the journal, so you don't have to use a jar. You could obviously just use a bit of paper or just create some affirmations. But the key with affirmations, and I do have a video here on my channel that explains why your affirmations aren't working for you. So if you are someone who works with affirmations and you're like, Emma, I repeat money affirmations all the time, they don't work. Watch that video because it will help you to understand why they're not working for you and how you can transform them to make them work for you. But ultimately, affirmations need to be believable to our subconscious to some degree. If you are repeating a money affirmation that feels like a 2 on the belief scale out of 10, you do not want to be repeating that affirmation. That is not serving you and it is not believable to you at all. You need to be repeating an affirmation that is a 7 or above on the belief scale. And then when it's a 9 or 10, upgrade it. So I always say simplify your affirmations if they are not a 7 or above on the belief scale. If they are, fantastic, work with them. If they're not, simplify it. So if you've got a really complex affirmation like I'm a millionaire or I have an amazing relationship with money, and you're like, that is a 2, I do not believe that at all, you're going to want to simplify that. So you could simplify it to I have a good relationship with money, and that might feel like a 7. So you're going to work with that till it's a 9 or a 10 and then upgrade the affirmation to that original 1. So your affirmations have to work for you. It is not good enough to just repeat any old affirmation you find online and hope that it's going to work, even though you feel rubbish every time you repeat it. That is not creating abundance, as we know. It has to feel good. It has to feel fun. So we want all those good vibes with everything you're doing when you're manifesting money. So affirmations do work. I love them and they're great, but you need to make sure they are working for you, not against you. And finally, my last tip for today, one of my favorite tips for today, is an abundance log. So I do, again, ironically, have these in here alongside about 30 odd other amazing exercises and tools. So this is what an abundance log looks like in the journal. So what you're going to do over the next 4 weeks, and I want you to do this over 4 weeks, in the journal, or obviously in your own notebook or journal, I want you to divide the page into 4. So have 4 sections for week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. If you've got 5 weeks in the month you're watching this, go crazy and add a 5th box in if you want to. And you're going to want a total box as well, so you can total it all up at the end. So I want you to document down every money manifestation that comes to you. So yes, new money, yes, inheritance, yes, refunds, all the ones we know and love, but also discounts, freebies, and coupons. If you go to the supermarket and your moisturizer is half price, that is half the money that is staying in your bank account. So this is not just about money that comes into your bank account. This is also about what stays in your bank account, because then you can spend it on other things, right? You can spend it on other things that you want to manifest. So this is why it's key to keep an abundance log. So 9 times out of 10, and I'm sure just like me, you can admit this too, when we manifest things, whether it's like £5 or we find £20 in a drawer or whatever, we soon forget about it. We celebrate it for a few seconds and then something else happens, life happens, work happens, and we forget all about it. So then when we've set that £500 money manifestation for the month, we're like, oh, it hasn't happened because it hasn't come in that amount. I haven't just had £500 just miraculously appear to me. But when actually you keep an abundance log, I've never had anybody come back and say, this is the worst task ever. Every single person, we do this in the membership every single month, is literally like, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Like, this has helped me manifest so much more money into my life. And the reason why it works is because you are accurately tracking your money manifestations, or any of your manifestations. You don't just have to add money to this. And then you are able to really accurately see that you do manifest money and you do manifest it regularly. But when we're not tracking it and when we're just forgetting about these things, it's so easy to forget about this and so easy to think we haven't manifested something because we're not tracking it. So I really want you to do an abundance log, to not only track what you're manifesting, but to see manifestation in action, because you will be shocked and you will be surprised how much you do manifest on a regular basis, just by keeping this abundance log, and how it really does add up to your money manifestations every single month. It doesn't just have to come as one lump sum. It can come through multiple sources, and staying open and not focusing on the hows is really, really important with money manifestation. So give the abundance log a try and let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear how much you manifest after your 4 weeks. So make sure to regularly document it if you can, as soon as it happens, like write it down so you don't forget it. But you can obviously reflect back over the last few days and just make sure 3-4 times a week you've updated that week, and then total it up and then do your grand total after the 4 weeks. So try that exercise. I know you're going to love it. But those are my tips for getting positively wealthy this January with your finances. Obviously, doing money mindset work as well, if you've identified any beliefs or blocks, is really important, and my books are going to help you to clear those, of course. But again, this is all about having fun. So have fun with it, try these out, and let me know which ones work for you. And I will, of course, link to both books below as well. So if you do want some extra support or that loving guide there, you can go and check those out. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And don't forget, you can also join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a fantastic week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be on Tuesday. Lots of love.